Nobody wants to talk about Bentonville.
Especially Jason, who really doesn't have much to say in the first place.
Look, if Jason doesn't want to talk about what happened, you have to respect that.
Yeah. You're probably right. You know, and if it was too much, and if I didn't mean to bring...
Dad, hey.
What are you doing? I didn't know you were here.
Yeah. It's good to see you. I'm not really supposed to be seeing you.
Yeah, I know, but we didn't plan this, and I didn't know you were here, and...
And I'm gonna go, because I have stuff to do.
All right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I miss you, Dad. I can't wait for this probation to be over with.
Okay, it's not going to be that much longer, okay? You doing great?
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm trying, Dad.
Have you heard from Jason?
You called Spinelli. Other than that, no, I haven't.
Yeah, me neither. I'm sure you've heard everything about Brenda and...
Yeah, a little.
I know that I shouldn't get involved, but it's not easy.
If I had known all the details of your life, I never would have called you.
You had to call him. He's my emergency contact.
I'll make sure all your security recommendations are
With
implemented.
who? Cartulo? They're not good enough.
Well, then you'll just have to cut back on your appearances.
No, I will not. I'm going to keep all of my commitments, and he is staying to protect me.
Jason is no longer an option. I'm sorry. Thank you for all the work you did. I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Well, you didn't want me here in the first place, and now I'm leaving. You should be happy.
I'm fine.
Jason. I just want you to know I appreciate you dropping everything and coming here.
I think the work you're doing for the kids is important. Just be careful.
You should go, right?
Yeah, I just want to say that I don't think the Balkan's actually trying to kill you. I think he's trying to take you for some reason.
Look. If Sonny asks you how I am,
Yeah?
this is what I want you to tell him.
You know what? I never get to see you, so I don't want to spend the whole time talking about Brenda.
No, Dad, please. It beats talking about school or prison or my future, so go ahead.
Do you remember Brenda at all?
Yeah, last time she was in Port Charles, I was too busy being a kid.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, Dad, I'm fine. So what's the deal with you and Brenda?
Well, it just wasn't the most, the healthiest relationship. Good times were great, and the bad times nearly got us killed. We go back and forth, getting back together, Never works.
Well, why do you keep going back to her?
She's special. She was very special to me. I don't know how to explain this. It's like, Brenda was the most unrealistic person that I've ever known. She dreamed big, she was spoiled, but she was very kind, and she believed that things were going to happen because that's what she wanted. And 9 out of 10 times she broke her own heart. But you know what? It doesn't really matter, because she doesn't fit in my life now. We said goodbye.
Yeah, well, Dad, what if you're wrong? And what if Brenda still loves you?
I want you to tell Sonny I'm doing great.
But you're not.
I want you to tell him that I'm doing great and that I'm working with these kids who need me and that my life has purpose so that he can go on without me.
If he asks, I'll tell him something.
Amazing.
Well, you have all my numbers, so if you need anything, you just you know, call me.
Hey, you know I want Sonny to have a good life, right?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
All right, bye.
Is it really goodbye?
Yes, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did you ever take Karen to this place? Sonny,
Pointless to speculate, because even if Brenda broke up with that actor, there's probably 1,000 other guys just waiting in line to pick up the slack.
Yeah, but Dad, you're still not answering my question. If Brenda were available, would you want her back?
Hey, it's me. They don't need me anymore, so I'm actually headed to the airport right now. I do not have a flight, but I'm going to take the first plane out. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and I'll call you right before we take off.
No more running. He has questions, and you're going to answer them. It wasn't a best strategy, hiding in plain sight. Did you really think he wouldn't figure it out eventually? Please, let her talk.
you're making a big mistake.
Yeah.
Jason, it's Suzanne. Is Brenda still with you?
No, I'm headed to the airport. I left her in the suite. Is something wrong?
She's off the radar. She didn't show up for her fitting with Cartulo, and she's not answering her cell or her suite phone.
Hey, hey! Hey! This is your last chance.
This is your last chance. People are going to be looking for me, and if my security guy finds you, you're going to be dead.
Maybe I'm just being paranoid. She hates going to fittings. All that standing still.
Excuse me, we gotta turn around and go back to the hotel.
You tell us what he wants to know, Brenda. And you won't even know you're doing it.
I don't even know if I can give you a satisfactory answer, because I have mixed feelings about Brenda. The joy of having her back would be exceeded by the pain of losing her again.
Well, Dad, maybe you wouldn't.
Well, I mean, it never worked between us because no matter how much Brenda and I loved each other, there was just so much stuff going on.
Stuff? Like, what stuff?
I don't even know where to start. Brenda loved with everything she had. But she didn't know how to sustain it. And as deep as she loved is how much love she needed back, you know? And if she didn't get that, she would shatter. And I hurt her more than once, and I hate myself for it.
How does Brenda feel about you, Dad?
I don't know. For a long time, you know, she loved me. It was written all over her face. Even when we were apart or, you know, with other people. I know she would stand around and say that, you know, she hated me and she didn't want anything to do with me, but all she really wanted was for me to tell her that I loved her. And I did, you know. It's a crazy relationship. One thing you got to understand. No matter how much you love someone, you can't. It doesn't mean you can get through not being good for each other. And as much as I loved her, as much as she made me feel alive, there's no place for me in her life anymore.